So, you want to play heavy? Well, comrade, before I can let you onto the battlefield, let me give you a rundown on what it means to be a heavy. Being the heavy means you're the anchor on the team. You lead the front line into battle, or defending the front line, letting weaklings come to you for easy picking. You have the highest health pool out of all the classes in the game, with a whopping 300 health, making it quite easy for you to take a beating and keep on fighting. One headshot is not enough to take down the heavy, as is for most crits that will land on him. They are not certain to kill him, making him quite a high-value target. But unfortunately, the heavy is the slowest class in the game, just coming behind the soldier. Herr Dr. Small, you continue on.
Yes. But what you lack in speed, you make up for in firepower. You come equipped with a minigun, the most favorable weapon in the heavy's arsenal, a shotgun, and your bare hands. The minigun comes with 200 bullets and shoots at the rate of 40 rounds a second, and hits with a base damage of 9, which can quickly melt through characters caught in the open by the beast of a gun. The minigun does not come with The minigun does come with a speed decrease when revved up and will leave you open to be attacked by snipers and spies fairly easily. The heavy comes with 5 primaries, the stock minigun of course. Next is the Natasha, which slows enemy players when hit. Whoever is using it gets a 20% damage resistance when the health is half and or is spun up. But it does have 20% less damage and it has a 30% slower spin up time. It is mostly used for fighting off quick rushing enemies and is great on defense. Following that is the Brass Beast. It has 20% more damage and the player gains a 20% damage resistance when the health is half and or is spun up. But it has a 50% slower spin up time and you move 60% slower when it is out. It is very well renowned in MVM and is amazing on defense. Next is this Tomislav, one of the most popular miniguns in use at the moment. It has 20% faster spin up time and is 20% more accurate. It has no spin-up sound, and the only downside truly is the 20% slower firing speed. It's known to be the Ninja Heavy's best weapon, as for using it going around corners to scare enemy troops. Last is the Hulong Heater, probably the most situational minigun. It creates a ring of flames while spun up. It has 25% more damage against burning players, but it deals 10% less damage and consumes an additional 4 ammo per second while it's spun up. It is probably my least favorite at the moment. It was made to be used against newbie spies, but it has quickly been learned that the spy can easily jump over the fire, and so it's merely just a waste of ammo. Now, with these beasts of primaries that you've been shown, there is no way you can be taken down, right? Wrong. That's where the secondaries come into play. Secondaries can determine whether you win the fight or hold a point, necessarily. First up is the stock shotgun, and it holds 6 shells into a clip and it can hold up to 32 bullets along with it. It fires a base damage of 60, with each pellet being 6 damage each, and there being 10 pellets. It is quite reliable and is used by a lot of heavies at the moment. Next is the Family Business, the most preferred shotgun in the heavies arsenal, coming with a plus 33% clip size, 15% increased attack speed, with a small 15% reduction in damage. It is the most favored out of all the shotguns perceived by the heavy, and can go into the subclass of shotgun-only heavy. The last shotgun is the Panic Attack, the new kid on the block. It comes with a 50% faster reload time, 50% faster weapon switch, 30% fire rate, and the fire rate increases as the health decreases. You can hold up to 4 shells at the moment. The only defect is that the bullet spread increases as health decreases. Now, onto consumable secondaries, probably the more well-known of the bunch. First up is the Buffalo Steak Sandwich. Is a great melee wombo combo. All damage dealt is mini crits. Grants 35% faster movement, but you can only use melee weapons and your damage taken is increased by 35%. It is an amazing combo for if you are going with the KGB, which will be coming up later in the melee only. Next would be the Dalonka's Bar, which restores 100 health to the user. But if the user has full health, then they are overhealed by 50 points. That does not last very long, but it is quite nice. Now, probably the most famous sandwich, or consumable, or secondary in that factor, to the heavy would be the sandwich. It restores 300 health in a matter of 4 seconds. It can also be dropped to friendlies, which can restore 100 health to them. It is my personal favorite to use if I am going heavy. And it's also a personal favorite to hoovies alive. And that's it for the secondaries. What are you doing back here?
Move, I want to finish off with my feast.
Fine.
Last is your melee, but the heavy is too good for blades. He only uses his fist for everything. First and foremost is the heavy's strongest weapon in his arsenals. His bare hands. Every punch he does 65 damage, which is a force to break bones in an instant. Next are the KGB, or Killing Gloves of Boxing, which on kill grants 5 seconds of guaranteed critical hits for all weapons, but has a 20% slower swing rate. It is the most preferred choice by me, and I would definitely recommend it to you. The distant cousin to the KGB would be the GRU, or the Gloves of Running Urgently. Turning the slow large man into the second to last pick in a game of kickball. When active, it grants 30% faster movement speed. Unfortunately, the user takes mini crits when the weapon is active, and for 3 seconds after switching away. It also deals 25% less damage, and has 50% slower switch from speed. Next up, brought from my backyard in Russia, from the family's dead pet bear, is the warrior spirit. It does 30% more damage and gives you 50% health on kill. But it does you have 30% damage vulnerability while active. I need to learn English better. This is unbearable, I promise you. After the war on machines, the heavy decided to take trophies, leaving with the Fist of Steel. You take 40% less damage from range sources while active. But you have 100% slower switch from speed, and 100% more damage vulnerability from melee sources while active. While going through Chicago, I came across this item called the Eviction Notice. It instills more fear into people, making them vet themselves. I have 40% faster firing speed, 15% faster moving speed while active, and I gain 3 seconds of speed boost on hit. Unfortunately, I have 60% less damage and 20% damage vulnerability while active. Last but not least, the heavy's winter gloves, to instill laughter and joy into his victims until abruptly shooting them. Critical hits force victims to laugh. Always critical hits from behind. On hit forces enemies to laugh who are also carrying the glove. It is a Hoovie's dream come true. Critical hits also do no damage, so it is useless. I am done. There is nothing more to say.
What do you mean? We still have to go over your playstyle.
No more. I'm done.
Fine. I'll finish off. Well, the playstyle of the heavy is generally to stay behind the cart if you are on a payload map. You are meant to stay at the front lines of the team. You are meant to take damage, but still be able to output damage with your large health pool. You're able to take a beating while still being able to fight alongside the rest of your team. But most heavies who start out think they need a medic at all times on them. They need a medic shoved right up their rectum. That is not the case. Coming along with the secondaries items such as the sandwich or the Dalonka's Bar, or any other sandwich of the sort, will supply you with a good enough reason to, work by yourself without a medic, due to the reason that medics are hard to come by. You are the anchor. You are meant to hold the line. Whether that means you get shot in the head or obliterated 1,000,000 times, that does not matter. You are there to protect and hold the line. You are most strong at defense. You are not the best on offense on most maps, but you can be switched around willy-nilly. It does not quite matter. The subclasses of heavy go as so. The Hoovy, which is the friendly heavy. It does no harm unless provoked, and can quickly initiate a taunt kill and make you feel bad about attacking someone who did absolutely nothing to you in the first place, and can generally supply you with an unlimited supply of sandwiches, or Delonkus bars, or coyote cacti, better known as the steak sandwich. Another one is the shotgun only, which is not as common, but you do see them quite often. I mean, what would you rather choose? A minigun or a shotgun? You decide. And last but not least is the Pootis heavy, which is purely someone who runs around and says Pootis while wearing a bird head. I know it sounds very strange. But that is the heavy. If you did enjoy learning about the heavy, I would recommend you play him. He is quite underappreciated, but I find him to be quite fun to play. He is not my personal favorite, but he is quite amazing nonetheless. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video and thought it to be beneficial in any way to your future heavy endeavors as you come into the game, please leave a like or share it to inform others on how to do this. If I missed something, please inform me and I will edit it into the video at some other time. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.